So what's up everybody, Black Clover 346 spoilers out. Well, majority of the chapters out. This chapter is very interesting. It does feel like the end of a year type of chapter, but unfortunately some sad news. We're gonna have a couple of breaks after this. It's gonna be kind of a rough one for Black Clover fans. We're gonna have a 2-week break after this, you know, because of the whole holiday and all that stuff, Christmas, New Year's. But like always, there's always gonna be that extra chapter at the end of the year. We always get the spoilers, so we're gonna get that spoiler most likely next week regardless. But after that, the 2-week break from the new year, we're gonna get another chapter 2 weeks from there. It's gonna be a rough one. Keep it positive, people, because it's gonna be a little bit hard for us as Black Clover fans. Regardless, we do get a lot of information in this chapter. It's very interesting. We get to see a lot of new attacks. We get to see also new magic as well as a Buddha, which is crazy. And then, you know, we might have been revealed the Earth Spirit potential holder. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, this is the last chapter of the year and it kind of feels like it, but the cliffhanger could have been a lot better. But let's get into this. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussion, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, so issue with some false copyright strikes. So let's get this channel back to 5,000. Check out the Discord. So this chapter is very interesting. You know, I was thinking about how this chapter was going to be because this seemed like it was going to be the last chapter of the year. And once again, y'all, sorry for taking a break, but I needed it. I read some of your comments. Some of y'all told me just take a break, and I needed it. You know, I needed that mental break, because this is the holidays and a lot of families sick right now, so I'm trying to spend as much time with them. When you get older, you don't know how longer you have with your family members. But I was thinking of this chapter throughout the whole entire time I was taking a break, and I was wondering, like, is this going to be the last chapter of the year? And it has been confirmed because of the dates, but I wasn't feeling the cliffhanger, because usually we always leave with a cliffhanger. Last year before, or years before, we saw Yuno on the floor. We presumed looking like he was going to die, and then the year later we saw Yuno in his new spirit dive form, like his full-fleshed spirit dive, and he basically punched a hole through 𝚲𝚘𝚙𝚢's chest. And then now we kind of look like the 5-headed dragon is dead, but I don't think it's dead, to be honest with you. It's just the cliffhanger is not that great in my opinion, because at the very end of the chapter you see the 5-headed dragon without its heads. And if this is a cliffhanger in terms of sense, I think just going with past experience where we think something is going to happen and doesn't happen, like when we thought he was going to die, Will and Vengeance saved him, 𝚲𝚘𝚙 getting a hole in his chest looking like he was about to die, but then we figure out that it was just the beginning. He did a deal with 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢. So with that being said, I don't think the 5-headed dragon is dead. I think the 5-headed dragon is going to probably gonna sprout more heads like the Hydra from Hercules, where you cut off one head and then 2 of them replaces. I think that's what's gonna happen. Probably gonna get like a 10-headed dragon soon, so we'll see. But on to the spoiler summary. The civilians are basically being moved to safety. They're being escorted, and the civilians make a remark that they see a 5-headed dragon from the legends, and they're wondering if the Shogun and the Ryuzen are right. So even though they're being escorted to safety, they're still worried about the Shogun and the Ryuzen. That basically shows how much pride and also how much they care about their country, because the Ryuzen, I'm pretty sure, are the country's first line of defense, and a lot of the citizens are proud of the Ryuzen because, you know, they work under the Shogun, but they seem like they value them to a point that it's not just these people in charge or the military, it's people we consider basically family or people that we care about. That's how I feel that I got from this small translations that I read. So it's very interesting to see that. Kazuya, the crazy girl, I can't really say it right, so bear with me. She easily avoids an attack, which Ishiga remarks how quick that woman is when she doesn't think, because right now she's like in crazy mode. However, Sister Lily basically says you shouldn't dodge the attack from the 5-headed dragon because it's gonna do damage to your land. And you see a mountain being destroyed from the attack that the crazy lady dodged. I'm just gonna call her crazy lady because her name is difficult for me. But after Sister Lily's like cynical remark, you get a flashback, and it's basically Ichiga remembering the day before, and it's her saying that she has a master who sees everything. And in the flashback, you see Ryu telling the Ryuzen that they have an enemy attack that is on the horizon, and war is basically going to break out. They're called the Palatins, and they belong to Lucius. So he basically explained all their powers, what they are, to the Ryuzen, and the flashback happens happened yesterday. So it looks like Ryu is able to look in the future at least half a day, which is a big feat. We didn't really think Ryu was able to see the future like that. We thought he was only able to see the future like maybe 10 minutes ahead, but 12 hours is a lot. That's crazy because that's almost a level of him having some type of affiliation with Astaroth. We'll see, because obviously it's not at the level of Lucius, because Lucius can see multiple futures. From what it looks like, Lucius can see months, maybe years ahead. We're not entirely sure to what extent, but he sees infinite futures versus Ryu, who sees like just the future. I think he's just able to see what's going on. He can't see the future possibilities. So that's cool to see that, and also for us to know a little bit more about Ryu. I wonder how he gets this power. I wonder how he's able to see the future. There's something there. He definitely did something. I've been saying this before and people didn't like it, but I think it has something similar to what Odin did, how Ryu basically gave up his eye to attain this power of seeing the future. That's what I think he did. He might have did some type of deal with either some spirit or Astaroth, whatever. But the reason why Ryu is able to see the future is because he gave up something. That's in my opinion. But yeah, this is crazy. Also, the crazy lady, believe it or not, gets eaten by the five-headed dragon, and then she turns into a fox, basically like a snow fox, and we figure out that her power is snow. She kind of looks like the Ninetale, but like an ice version. So it's pretty cool like that. They're incorporating Japanese mythology in this land and arc and the people, because you know this is the Black Clover version of Japan. So I really enjoy those little small details, little small things. Ryu said that he can foresee the five-headed dragon. He will cause a lot of destruction, and that the enemies are going to be super strong, stronger than ever. Ryu asks if the Ryu 7 think they can win. From the monologue, the Ryu 7 basically says, hey, of course we can win. So it looks like there's a limit to Ryu's power. Maybe he sees the future and he sees like a bad future, but him telling the Ryu 7 maybe they can change the future, I don't know. Something there, it kind of shows like there's a limit to his power, because if he's gonna ask the Ryu 7 saying if they think they can win, if he can see the future, why would he ask that? He would know automatically that they will say yes. So we'll see. Also, we found out that the fat guy, the 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. He has earth magic, earth jujutsu, and he is able to turn into basically like a wisdom king priest. And in Buddhism, the wisdom king is the third type of deity after Buddha, and then some other Bodhisattva. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but we know it's like a third, I guess, level of deity in Buddhism. But that's really cool, and I wonder if he has the earth spirit, or is he going to be a potential person to attain the earth spirit? That itself is very interesting to me, in my opinion, because it's cool that we see that. Also, from what it looks like, it might have been mentioned that Asta is needed in this battle, at least to defeat the five-headed dragon. Like I said before, at the end of the chapter we see it without its heads, but I think it's going to regain its heads and double that and make it into like a 10-headed dragon. But because apparently Asta is needed, maybe the magic from the five-headed dragon heals its head and creates other heads, but Asta's anti-magic is going to be what stops it. We'll see. I don't know, but it'll be very interesting to see Sister Lily's reaction when she finds out that Asta's there. Also, the white snow, or the crazy lady, she has snow nujutsu, and her spell is called White Silver Fox and a Blood 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛. Like I said before, it's kind of sad that this is the last chapter for 2022, because the chapter basically ends at this point, and you know, after the five-headed dragon, it seems like it's been defeated. Ichika and Sister Lily, they exchange comments, but that's it. I don't know, it kind of feels lackluster from past years. In my opinion, there should have been like a deeper cliffhanger, but it is what it is. I wonder what Sister Lily would do when she finds out that Asta is in the land of the rising sun. Are they going to bring the whole Paladin army? I think what Ryu said in terms of there's going to be a war, I basically believe that the whole Paladins are just basically need to focus on the land of the rising sun now, because they're probably going to figure out that Asta is alive there. Maybe Asta and the Ryu 7 force Sister Lily to retreat, but she has that information to tell Lucius. So of course Lucius is going to bring his whole squad to try to stomp out Asta. The story can go to many ways, and I'm very excited as to where it goes in 2023. But But Black Clover 2022 was kind of a rough year for us. We had 3 months of not seeing any type of chapter, and then basically the last month we've been getting like break after break, and then we're getting another break as well. So it's good that Tabata is taking his time to make sure that he has his health, but as a fandom, what can you do? It's best for us to wait and get quality chapters and make sure the story actually finished than it being a rush and basically the whole story of Black Clover gets destroyed because it was rushed. Let me know what you think about these spoilers. Let me know what you think about Black Clover 346. Do you think that 2022 was a very rough year for Black Clover? A lot of stuff that happened. Let me know what you think is going to happen next year in terms of the story, in terms of what's going to happen with the movie. Are you excited about the movie? What do you think is the extent of Ryu's power in terms of seeing the future? Do you think that Asta is going to have to fight the 5-headed dragon because somehow the 5-headed dragon becomes a 10-headed dragon and they need anti-magic to stop it from growing more heads? What do you think Sister Lily is going to do once she finds out that Asta's still alive in the land of the rising sun? Alright, like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.